Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Banished. I nuked Scumtopia from orbit. I think I built it in entirely the wrong order, and a big thank you to you guys in the comments for telling me what to do. I don't want to quit playing Banished just because I messed up early on and am never going to get a good town. So, what I have heard, primarily when it comes to food reserves, is that the best thing to do is not start a farm right off the bat, even though that seems totally intuitive to me. The best thing to do is actually to get hunters and gatherers and fishermen. So don't focus on making farms and orchards until you get a little bit further into the game because they're a little bit more unreliable. So instead we're going to start with, making some hunting lodges, making some gathering lodges, and I think what I was told is like have a gathering forest and hunters lodge, all three of those like right next to one another. But we are going to start in kind of a similar order. The first thing I'm going to do is just take a quick look and see where am I going to place my market when it comes. Because this is what we want to build our houses around. We want to build our houses around this market. So I think I'm going to place the market, and then I'm just going to pause it. This is a tip that I read on Reddit. This will just help me like kind of keep in my head a positional kind of awareness of where I want everything to be. So then we're going to start placing houses around this. I hope they don't need to clear that rock. They're going to need to clear that rock. That's okay. I'll put another house here, and this will be house number 4, and we'll put house number 5 like here. And the reason we do this is because the market is going to be like a central storage area, so when it comes to food, it's going to become way more evenly distributed among these houses, especially when they're right around it. So let me quickly just assign maybe 5 builders there. And with our laborers, we got a nice decent stockpile going here. I hope this is going to turn out to be a much better town because the last one fell apart so quickly. We're going to go, we'll make a opportunity here to, why don't we just have remove resources, and then we'll just drag it in like a very nice kind of uniform area here. Little bit of stone, lots of trees, and a decent amount of iron in there. So I'm going to speed it up to like speed 5 and hopefully actually speed 10 for now. We'll see how this works. So I really like Banished. I just need to spend a little bit more time with it, I think, to actually understand exactly what's going on. And, you know, just because I'm restarting from scratch doesn't mean the series is dead. I mean, this is something I've done with a lot of series, including Crusader Kings, including Europa Universalis, which I guess is actually, like, officially dead except for the multiplayer stuff. But then we brought it back in the multiplayer stuff, and especially XCOM I've done multiple times. So we have 5 houses now. Is everyone stoked about that? Are you all able to live? Maybe one of the houses is not totally done yet? No, they're all totally done. Why are there 5 people already living in that one house? That is nuts. This house is empty, so these laborers should be, okay, good to go. You're already freezing, so our next course of action should probably be to build a woodcutter. Although, obviously, I want to get food on the go, too. But we have 1,000 food and 0 firewood. But it's early spring. Nobody should be freezing to death just yet. That's okay, though. We'll build a woodcutter right off the bat. And hopefully because of our stocked resources, this should be pretty quick to get up here. And then we'll start building these hunters and gatherers. And I think what I really ran into the problem of was on the last time in Scumtopia is that I had a situation where we had like half of our population or a third of our population being farmers, but we were not getting nearly enough production out of them, so they were just kind of wasting their time, and then we ended up losing more food because whenever they would die, then we wouldn't be able to completely harvest our crops, and then as a result of that, things just got terrible. So we've got one woodcutter going now. We are getting very low on food, so I'm just trying to see where I would want to build maybe a hunting and gathering lodge. I think, you know, I'm not totally thrilled with the way our setup is here. I think we'll build a hunter's lodge, and that'll be in our food menu here. Over here, and this has got pretty good coverage. So we'll build that like over here, and then we'll build a gatherer's lodge, or a gatherer's hut, I should say, like right next to it. And I'm trying to see again where our hunter's lodge is specifically here. There we go. So this might end up working out way, way more in our favor, but I guess we'll see. And again, this market is something that we're not going to build right away. We're going to build that later. So we have 5 laborers, 5 builders, and one woodcutter right now, which is fine. These, production on this doesn't seem to be going so hot so far. Is that because our laborers are still harvesting resources from earlier? Because our builders should be starting to work on that, hopefully. Otherwise, as time goes on, I get a little bit more scared about this. There's our gatherers. So I've got them kind of offset here. That's okay, though. They're only 1% complete on this, which scares the crap out of me. I guess it's because they're harvesting all these resources in this area before they get to that, but that's kind of unacceptable. Maybe I'll just change, I don't know if this will change the priority, but let's go to our starting menu here, and we'll go like increase priority. This needs to have increased priority. We actually click and drag, I think. So, do we not? Yeah. Wait, no, sorry, that's not what we want. This is what we want. Increase priority. All of this area gets increased priority. That should be your #1 focus. Are they all coming over here now? They are! Okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit better about my aptitude when it comes to Banished. And you know, if your aptitude's better, then your attitude gets better as well. So these should start being built soon. How's our stockpile? Basically totally full. Might as well just put down another stockpile like right next to it here. And I'm playing on speed 10 with some pausing here. Just in case you're wondering why things start and slow down all the time. So I hope you enjoyed like the earlier part of Banished, but I am hoping that we get a little bit more of a sustainable town here, because I'd like to get to the mid to late game and get out of the early game, but we need to, you know, actually put ourselves in a position where that can happen first. So I'm going to give us 2 gatherers, and after we finish with this hunting cabin, I may give us 2 hunters. I'm not totally sure. Our population is not really such that we can support 2 hunters right now, but we'll take at least 1. And this should provide reliable food sources for us. And actually, I was told, I was talking to Arumba and Mathis about this because they're playing the game as well. I was told that they should, or that their advice was to also, in addition to those, build a dock right off the bat, which is kind of what I was doing to begin with. They actually told me something that I thought was really interesting, and that's that, oh, you've reached production already? Apparently, you don't need to micro your worker that much. When you reach the production limit, he'll just basically become a laborer for a while. But they told me that, yeah, it's actually easier on hard mode to learn the basics of the game. I'm not trying to make it sound like I got ripped off, but they told me that you don't get seeds on hard mode until you actually manage to buy them from a trader, which would basically make it so it's impossible for you to get a farm right off the bat, which is a good thing, apparently, because farms don't provide you with very good yield until you get further into the game and you have maybe more employees that can actually stock them. I think, anyway. So our fishing dock has gone up here. We're going to assign 1 fisherman. And I think we are at the point right now. Food production actually does seem really good. But we're at the point right now where I actually kind of am considering building another house. So I hope this doesn't mean that we're growing too early. Let's just try this out. As of right now, it seems things seem to be going pretty well. But keep in mind, things were going well, you know, at the start of the last episode as well. Or, the start of the last kind of pseudo-series as well. And then they got bad. Or things got bad, I should say. In like the first or second winter, but you know, getting a second house done here seems like a pretty clever idea to me. We're keeping good firewood production. Our food is dwindling, but it also goes up fairly frequently. How's our fishing dock doing? Found it's caught a decent amount. How about the hunting cabin? That's all right. And gatherer's hut. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, so that is what I should have been focusing on earlier. With the second house up, hopefully we'll have people move into that right away and maybe start producing children. We got a 12-year-old female there named Chastity. There's some irony in there in the world of Banished, but hopefully she finds a companion soon and we can start to have our population grow a little bit. All right, this is feeling kind of way more sustainable right off the bat is maybe what I should be going for. And the next thing that I'm going to build is maybe a forester's lodge. I kind of don't like this area for a forester's lodge because there's not that many trees around it. But if I put a forester's lodge like here, this might be... It's kind of bad, isn't it? Maybe this isn't the best place for this. I could put a forester's lodge here, but I think we want it kind of in the same area as our hunters and gatherers. So I'm actually going to put the forester's lodge here, and we'll up the priority on this going into our menu here. And hopefully that'll get produced pretty quickly, and we'll extend our road a little bit because we do obviously have a pretty huge divergence in geographical space between our starting town and where we are over here. But I'm feeling way, way better about this so far. I'm noticing that our food is already like at the 500 limit. I don't think we are 500 area. I don't think we ever got to that until, you know, half of our population died in the earlier series, and then we had over 1,000. But really, the Gatherer's Hut is very clutch here. This is providing like 1,000 food here. I don't know if all food's created equal. I know that you need a diversity of food to improve the health of your citizens, but oh, that feels way better. We'll just wait for this Forester's Lodge to finish. The problem right now is we're a little bit short on employees. I think I'm going to go down to 3 builders. And then that might make the Forester's Lodge take a little bit longer to make. But our first winter here is going fantastically. We have 218 firewood, 650-ish stored food. Feeling pretty good about that. I am going to get a road in production here. Maybe I'll wait to get the road in production until the forester's hut actually finishes. We need more stone. Is that... Did we run out of stone in our supply? That's all right. I wish it would kind of pop that up, but there's a little bit of stone over here, so we can just get that done. We have 3 laborers, so they should focus on mining that out. It's so nice to assign people to do something and then actually see them doing it. Speed 10 might be a little bit too fast, but we did just basically make it through our first winter, and everything's going really well. I think our priority for this year, we actually did have another child. It wasn't Chastity. But we have another child, which means our population's going to grow a little bit as time goes on. But we're going to get this Forester's Lodge up, and we're going to assign some employees to work on it. Probably just 1 employee for now. And then we're going to work on getting a blacksmith, because we really want to get some tools out. And then we might actually get this market produced so that our resources are distributed more efficiently. Which is really what we ran into problems last time with, is that people would have like 200 food in their house. And, you know, that's great for them, but not so great for everybody else. Some of these male children, I hate to be weird about it, but some of these male children are coming up to like reproductive age. In particular, there's like a 9-year-old somewhere here. I'm not, again, I don't feel good about that. But Gust is going to be 10 soon, which I think at 10 or 11 they will actually be able to move in together, and that'll make our population grow even more. So there's a Forester's Lodge up here. How did our Gatherer's Hut do last year? That is beautiful. You've already reached production limit. How does that happen? Because we have too many logs already? We can crank up the log limit a little bit. And by a little bit, apparently I mean doubling it. Okay, I think we build a blacksmith right off the bat. And that will be right here. And we'll just put our... I should put our blacksmith maybe a little bit offset, like maybe here. Because I want to make sure our houses are around the marketplace so that we get kind of maximum payouts, or maximum efficient distribution, if you will. And good, I knew Gust and Chastity were going to end up together one day, didn't I? It's just, you can just tell with some people. Food production seems alright. We have, you know what? I think I'm going to assign a second hunter. We still only have 1 fisherman. 3 laborers, 3 builders is kind of a decent number, I feel. And our blacksmith is going to be done not very soon. I just paused it for a second because we need to mine out some more stone. Or cut some more stone, I guess as they say in the game. So let's just make sure we have stone collection going on up here, and that should be decent. Lots of iron in here in case we need it, but stone has been in short supply so far. Oh, there's actually a lot more stone down here as well, so let's make sure we get that cut out. And we will make a quarry eventually, but we want to have population for it first. I think that was part of the problem with me last time, is I got a little bit too ambitious about getting maybe some stuff that I didn't 100% need. You got to keep a good eye on like your supply chain and see, you know, make sure the builders have enough resources to build what they want to build so that you can actually have that building go up and then make something that you need more of. But we're entering summer here, and food supplies dwindled a lot. That scares me as we enter our second summer. Or sorry, well, yeah, second summer, but mostly second winter is what I'm a little bit more concerned about. We are catching some fish. I assigned a second hunter, so I'm assuming that will allow us to, at some point, get more meat. We need 1 more stone here. Seriously? This could have been done so much faster. That's alright, though. There we go. We got another decent supply of stored food there. Gatherer's Hut this year hasn't necessarily done as well as last year, but maybe they can gather more in the winter. Hunting has gone way better. What about fishing? We did get another population. Now maybe I'll assign 1 more fisherman. And the fishermen have done way better this year than last year, which is good. So the blacksmith is going to be up, and we will assign a blacksmith to work there. We have plenty of iron for now. Stone's kind of in short supply. That's okay. So food is looking not fantastic right now, so that's a little concerning. But it's not necessarily the end of the world, as long as it's distributed effectively. I'm just thinking, firewood looks good. Food looks okay. I guess the good thing about this, like a food supply, when you have it coming in from hunters, gatherers, and fishermen, is that it's not as seasonal as it is with crops. So you actually have a more steady supply throughout the year, as opposed to just picking up, you know, most of it in the autumn and then less of it from that point onwards. But our food does look a little bit lower than it was last time, so I don't necessarily want to encourage too much more population growth. Might actually, we have 3 laborers right now. Might want to set up like another hunting and gathering kind of area over here before I work on getting a market set up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up another... Gatherers in particular have been strong, but that's fine. We'll put up a hunter over here. And do we have enough stone to build that? We need 12. We have 95. That should be good. We have enough logs, too. So we're exiting autumn here, which is the name of my favorite Jane Austen novel. But I am a little concerned about the food supply, although it's going all right now. Did we gather more in the winter? It seems like we've gotten a little bit stronger here. Not sure. Blacksmith is already at our tool limit. I don't want him to burn through all of our iron, but we might be okay having 150 tools because we can always use those in our trading post. And what we really ran into problems with last time was, you know, our workers running out of tools, so they were way less efficient. They're just like chopping trees down with the side of their hand, which was not the best idea at all. We only have 3 laborers, so I think I'm just going to assign 1 hunter here. And hopefully some children kind of come to, you know, the age where they can actually start working for us. And then I'll be able to assign 1 more gatherer as well. And then maybe at that point I'll build a house, because our food does seem to be holding out as we enter winter here. And I have to be less concerned about winter, except from a firewood standpoint, I guess, because our food supply is a little bit more annualized now as opposed to being seasonal, which is great. So hunting cabin has gone up. We have someone working here already. We have 1 person working at each hunting cabin, which is not really what I wanted. I actually wanted... Yeah, we have 1 person working here. Now we'll have 2 people working here. And 1 person working at this one over here. Sorry. Let me make sure that's true. Yeah, that's true. I think that's fine. This looks like a decent area to have a hunting cabin, so I don't think it's a big deal that we have 2 people here instead of 2 people there. Actually, you know what? Just for consistency's sake, why don't we keep 2 people at this hunting cabin so I can kind of analyze the yield a little bit more effectively, if you know what I mean. I just need to alter the sliders a little bit here. You should go down to... 0 of 1. That's where I want you. And then we'll put 1 there. And then up here, this should be in a bad place. And then we'll put this to 2. And then we'll put 2 on there. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. So we have 2 laborers. We will start building another gathering hut here, because food is very important. Apologies for the fact that I've kept it paused for so long, but you clearly understand why. And, you know, log, stone, and iron look adequate for now. Probably need more stone to build. Yeah, 12 stone to build a gathering hut. Not that big of a deal. As soon as winter ends, what are we going to build? Probably another house surrounding the marketplace, and then we might actually build the marketplace itself. It's a little early for it, but again, efficient food distribution is important. It's going to take a lot of stone. It's going to take a lot of iron, but it'll be nice to have it done. I do think the game could have done a better job of tutorializing why a marketplace is important, and also tutorializing why maybe you don't necessarily want to have a farm right off the bat, and why it's more important to maybe just hunt and fish and gather instead. But you know, once you learn it, you learn it. I think that's important. There's just some, like, furs and venison just lying on the ground over here. There you go. Take that to, like, a storage barn. Do they have to walk that all the way back? They are walking that all the way back, aren't they? We should definitely place a storage barn over here as well. We should probably place a storage barn in both of these locations. It's actually kind of close to this one. I don't know. Maybe we should prioritize a storage barn before anything else, because these guys are not going to catch as much food as I would like them to. But we'll wait till this is built first. I actually closed the menu here, or the ledger here, so it's early spring. That's good news. Still only 3 laborers. We'll assign 1 gatherer to work here. This should work. 1 second. Do we have now 3 gatherers on this gatherer's hut up here? We do, so I'm going to take this down to 2 of 2, and then 1 should be able to just automatically work over here. Good. Okay, so we need storage barns, I think, because otherwise we're going to lose all that efficiency with our food production. So let's just put like a storage barn. I know this looks pretty close to the other one, but it's also going to really rapidly pay for itself in terms of efficiency, I think. So we'll just put 2 storage barns down. And we'll put 1 on pause while we get started. And I'm also going to place some other buildings that I'm going to get ready to go. So we're going to build at least 1 more house. Maybe 2, but we'll start with 1. And we'll pause that, and then the market will probably come off. But for now, very pleased with the way this town is going. Very few concerns. I think a much more efficient setup than I had before. And that's really good for business. I really should have gotten these storage barns set up earlier, but so be it. The less time and the less amount of days every year that these guys spend walking back and forth, the better my life is going to become. The hunters and gatherers specifically, that is. Or do the laborers move the food? I don't know, but we don't have that many laborers, so if they go pick up the food here and then drop it off in this storage barn, that's way better for me anyway. So builders are going to get to work on that. After this, we'll get the other storage barn done, and then we'll get our wooden house under production, I guess. We could probably afford to get the wooden house done first. Assuming, yeah, we do have the resources. Sure, whatever, let's do the wooden house first. So we'll unpause this. just to make sure our population is set up to grow. Oh, that is way better. This is filling up like crazy because people do not actually have to walk for 100 years to actually get what they need to get now. All right, so this wooden house is going to be done really soon. We can probably unpause this now. What are we low on? Reserve of food is low. That's fine. It's fine for now anyway. And we've already had people move in, so they're going to have a child soon probably. You know, no judgment passed. Firewood's good. Food's a little low. Hopefully we get more population and we can dedicate more people to gathering. But also we probably just need to get this market done. And once the market is actually complete, we're going to need a ton of stone and iron for that, by the way. So I really want some population to come of age so I can make that happen. But once we approach this next winter, we'll probably pause for now. And then exit, and I feel way more positive about the way our population is doing now than they were before. So our barn is going to be complete. We only need builders now. So let's have our laborers, start collecting the things that they will need to build the marketplace. Iron is one of them. Stone is another one. There's not very much stone, unfortunately, and we need kind of a lot of it. But we'll see how short we are momentarily. We have a lot of laborers now. We can actually afford to maybe put one more hunter on over here. And maybe even one more gatherer on over here. That feels pretty good. Alright, food production should be a little bit better. Scaling to the population, at least. And let's unpause this marketplace here as we enter the summer with an okay food supply. Plenty of iron tools, which is awesome, but we are low on stone. And there's not... What's the reserve low? Stone, yeah. There's not a lot of it over here for us to get. There should be enough for us to make the market. What did you run out of? You ran out of iron? Oh, you ran out of logs. Okay, so we're going to need to harvest some logs as well. It's okay. Harvest these ones over here. Oh, these ones over here. Don't try to cross the bridge there to get the tree. That's going to make things very difficult. And we'll get that too. So what do we need here? We need 27 more stone and some more logs. This stone might be enough. I did set it up to be demolished here. We'll see. As we enter early autumn, we have over 1,000 food. That feels so good after what we really dealt with earlier, which really put a damper on my enjoyment of, you know, the mid-game of Banished, if you will, or the... Well, it should have been the mid-game, but instead I was doing so badly that it was not. Now we only need 23 stone. Quarry might be something that we want to build, but instead what we're going to probably do is build like a bridge and then get the stone over here. Because we don't have the population to necessarily support a good quarry yet. You have, what, 18 stone left. We'll see. Once this market is done, food distribution should be easy. I think the tool limit is totally fine. 150 is all we need. We only have 134 in supply right now, but that's okay. You have no logs. That's a little scary. You need 16 more stone, and we're about to switch into winter, so I'm going to pause for now. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, as this is kind of a reboot after a half-aborted one. It would be awesome if you would show your support again by liking the video, and it would help me out a great deal. Subscribe, of course, if you want to see more Banished, and I will see you next time.